And we are live with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, your chief host of the show, and joining me is none other than my co-host, Noble.
And here I am with my mallet.
Oh, are you ready to go in all Noble smash now, are you?
Well, I wouldn't say noble smash. I'd just say smash.
There we go. And then after that, everything just kind of goes and crashes down with the sheer force of the mallet.
Oh no, I make sure to hit the special spot where everything just collapses.
Bam. Okay. That's all we need, that's all we have, and that is practically enough. As long as the mallet is the driving force of the show. Smash. Smash.
Make sure it has buckshot in it so you get more of a swing. And yeah, whatever.
I'll keep that in mind. Or some sort of pneumatism where we just like tuk, 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 tuk. Or what they do with the jackhammers. Automate that shit, man. For extra
There's a few ways I
destructive.
could think. What, you'd prefer me put a shotgun pellet in the other side of a shotgun shell on the other side of it and use that for excessive force?
Hey, why not? When you need more force, just add some gunpowder. Anything.
When in doubt, C4.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, you know what actually occurred to me like a few days ago? I've had this shower thought that should have happened like years and years ago, as I was realizing, the current state of, you know, mod, gender identity, and all that shit.
Uh-oh.
And then it finally hit me. No, I'm sure you and all our listeners kind of know what about society's obsession with body type A and B, right?
I'm kind of curious where you're going with this one.
Right. So I guess it kind of hit me when I went back and saw, look at Pokemon and even Pal World. And you know what? Because you know what, humans actually, for whatever reason, when you start creating a character, you get two choices, right? Character body type A and B. Except the only thing I noticed is this shit doesn't apply to Pokemon or Pal World creatures.
Well, where'd they go in the whole genderless thing, like Link?
No, not necessarily. Why is it that Pokemon, like how Pokemon you can actually you breed Pokemon, same thing in Pal World, you breed pals, and so why didn't they hit the whole body type A and B with the why didn't Pokemon and pals for that matter get hit with the body type stick and they get labeled as male and female instead?
Don't really know.
Yeah, well, that's a question a lot of people can't seem to answer, can they? Unless, of course, you are basically reducing them to things that can breed, like, or what the modern society would call birthing creatures.
I find that sort of wording offensive. But then again, that's a modernism for you.
Hey, if you have to talk in this current year, you have to talk in modern parlance, otherwise you'll get called all sorts of names. Unfortunately. So, yeah. In this case, I have to be perfectly politically right or whatever. Anyway, but that's just the weird thing that just hit me, is just why. Because no, they're not sticking they're not making Pokemon, genderless or whatever. Just if the option to breed them is just what it is, but hey.
Well, initially, my understanding with the whole bringing in gender to Pokemon is they didn't have the time to do it with the first games, Generation 1. So when they had a little bit more time to work on it, they thought, oh, let's add breeding into Pokemon. So that's why they had it in Generation 2.
Hmm. Yeah, that, and then of course, Pokemon Tingo came around, Gold and Silver came around, and let us breed them. So yeah, that was that. So that's the end of my little entire, enlightened shower thought that just happened to me. So, now here is something that was just introduced, and I think this was just basically found to me. Like I found this. So, you know about the whole Zootopia 2 movie, right?
I'm vaguely aware that Disney's putting out a sequel to it.
Yes, yes, and so forth and so forth. We've seen the trailers, we've seen all of that. They've been a bit too tight-lipped about it all, and they're moving in a new direction. Okay, that's all well and good, and that. But what if I told you now they have published parts of the Zootopia 2 original soundtrack on Spotify, and you're not gonna guess what one of the songs is actually unironically titled.
I've got a feeling this is furry bait. I've
Oh
got that
yes.
inkling.
Oh yes, it actually is though. One of the songs in Zootopia 2 soundtrack is unironically titled Hot Pursuit.
Right.
Yeah, let that sink in.
Now, who's supposed to be singing this song?
Oh, hi, Vera.
Hello.
How nice of you to come in late. I know, we didn't tell you, but it's. Ah!
Yeah, sorry about coming in a little bit late, guys. I did not think we were going to have a show today, but that's all good.
No,
Hope everyone's
you
doing
know
all right.
me. I make things happen.
Right on. Cool. Hey, Noel.
Hello.
We're good. Good to see you again, being orange and everything and more. So, we were just talking about about this unironic addition to the Zootopia 2 original soundtrack, and it has a song
Oh,
that with the name Hot Fursuit.
wait, what?
Yeah,
That's a song for Zootopia 2?
yeah, in the original soundtrack. They released it on Spotify.
Oh my goodness. They called it that.
Yeah.
That's great. So do they mean hot as in like you get hot in your fursuit
No,
when
no,
wearing
no,
it,
no,
or
no,
do
no.
they mean like
Okay,
a
okay.
hot fursuit?
Okay, now we're going to the whole this the whole we've entered the this is what's gonna really make you think territory, like 1000 IQ galaxy brain. There's a lot to unpack.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
We're entered that territory now. But
Right
if
on.
I was if I was thinking like Disney does, they put the pun on hot pursuit and changed one letter out to be because of the puns.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense. That's neither of those things I suggested earlier. Huh. Interesting. So hot fursuit. Okay, not hot fursuit. Got it.
But the other thing is that most of the people working on the movie could be a bunch of furries, and well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't doubt that. Yeah,
Oh,
you're
I
right.
don't doubt that
They
either.
gotta be.
Like, I'm not surprised in the slightest. Oh no, no, no. Now, and then the funny thing is, this is just hitting a bit too on the nose, don't you reckon?
I mean, if that's their excuse for calling it that, as a pun on hot pursuit, that is understandable. But I feel like, God, there's people on the team working on this movie that are definitely furries. Like, of course they are. I mean, just type in hot fursuit on Google and see what comes up. Just saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it's almost as if you got to ask yourself, Disney, do you even know what kind of a monster you've opened up?
Oh boy. So
Last
Zootopia 2 is not. Oh, okay. We have a comment here. The first Zootopia was specifically marketed to fetishists. I cannot say it. I'm surprised. I don't think that's entirely true. It was marketed to kids.
Yeah, but it was kind of there was that to a certain degree because, dude, the friggin' tiger dances.
That, yeah, they had the nudist club. Yeah, the tigers huff. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then now Zootopia 2. I wonder what kind of bar they're gonna raise up to then, if at all.
Well, they are bringing in reptiles. And apparently, according to the trailer, they've existed the entire time. A secret underground of like, okay, didn't expect that.
Well, I guess we
So,
can
is
all we
this
can
the
do.
only? Sorry.
Yeah, is just wait and see what they're gonna come up. But yeah, so far, is it the only song we know of? Hang on. They have actually released the
Yeah,
entire
that's
soundtrack, actually. Let me bring that up. The entire thing on Spotify. Alright, Zootopening.
I mean,
Song
furries love
titles
our
like,
puns.
the old zoo review, hot fursuit, depending on how you your perception.
Yeah.
Okay? Relationship. Journey to Journal, Snake Away, Big into Fashion, Marsh Market, Snaking the Journal, Dust Goats.
Oh, what's Das Goats? Okay.
A Large Wild Court, Cover Story, Wall of Duty, The Weak Links. Yeah.
That's a cute furry pun. Okay.
Gary Twain Shall Meet, Bunny and Overshare, World's Worst Attention, Our Differences Don't Make Any Difference, Zootopia Too Sweet, and The Lizard Lounge, Flash from the Past.
Okay.
You know, it's kind of annoying that there's no hotel pizza.
No, stop. Why would there be here? There was, though, if you've seen the recent explosion of AI, they did make a trailer for that. Disney Pixar's, what was it? I think it was something like Hotel Pizza or something like that.
Yeah, that was funny.
I don't know if you've seen that clip yet. Oh, you did? Yeah, kind of spooky.
We had it on the damn show.
Oh, yes.
We were talking about it just last week, and and you know what?
I know.
But you know what? With Disney and AI, that is actually the first item that we've got for the week. And I cannot believe like the whole discovery of the Zootopia 2 soundtrack was just a perfect segue into it.
Yeah, that is pretty cute.
Yeah, but
the thing is, looking at, I'm sorry, but looking at the other song titles, it does not seem like it was in. I feel like there could have been more puns aside from the Lynx one.
I mean,
so maybe it was
that,
accidental.
you know, Disney furries and Disney seem to have in common. It's the love of puns, no matter how cheesy or thingo they are.
Yeah, I feel like this might have been an accident at first, because I can't imagine anyone at Disney not knowing what a
fursuit is. It makes you wonder, like, if the naming of that sort of thing, if substituting a letter from the word pursuit was either that or an unintentional pun or a deliberate one. With the whole Disney knows what they're doing troll face.
Yeah. Well, I think if that's the case, then it meant they know what they're doing in the fact that, okay, fur suit, as in like furries, or like fur because animals. They're not thinking about the furry fandom. I don't think. Like, that was not on their mind. They were thinking more animal-related puns and stuff they could do to advertise the movie and stuff. Like, that would make more sense.
True.
Or maybe there is a furry working there who brought this up to Disney, and they were like, hey, corporate executives, let's call it, instead of hot pursuit, we'll call it hot fursuit. Haha, get it? Because they're animals. Oh, that sounds good, Johnny. Go for it. And then he's like, Mahaha. Now Google it. I got you.
I got you, fam. Now, how much do you want to appeal to furries? The answer to that is yes.
That's right.
All right. One last live comment before we get going with the whole next item. Shackle, it was as accidental as Choky Chicken from Rocco's Modern Life, where only the out of touch exec was ignorant. I don't know. Big blunder or a strategic subtle, placement or nod hidden in the detail of the
No,
content.
no. That was intentional, for sure. Come on, Rocco's Modern Life, the Choky Chicken. That show in itself was something you'd probably see on like Adult Swim nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
They were not subtle about their adult jokes.
Yeah, but in the case of Zootopia, makes you wonder. But yeah, so we are going to go to the first item, and we are still sticking on the Disney train. Because Zootopia 2. So, Disney Plus will soon feature AI-generated user content. Okay. Disney boss Bob Iger has said the company's streaming service will soon allow subscribers to create and view AI-generated content.
Interesting.
Now, I don't know about any of you people that are watching this, but I can't wait to see how many people manage to jailbreak this.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because AI is not that it's not perfect or anything. I mean, it isn't. But the guardrails aren't perfect because it seems like AI is a lot smarter than we give it credit for. It finds ways around guardrails all the time, and they're trying to keep up with it and just can't.
Yeah, especially when you have people who just who write all stuff, and the best way to bypass a guardrail is to use a prompt injection.
Right. So this seems to be a classic case of if you can't beat them, join them. Because at first Disney was mad that people were using things like Mickey Mouse and all their other characters by training AI to make absurd videos about it. And they're like, "Oh, you can't do that. That's our intellectual property and all that shit." Well, now they're like, "Hey, you know what? People are gonna do it anyway, so we might as well cash in, right?" That's what they do.
Perhaps you're right, or maybe they're trying to do the whole, if you got to evolve with the times, and because AI is pretty much the greatest, revolution in the creative industry. So, yeah. Now, here's the thing, though.
So let's, yeah.
Let's read on. So, speaking during the company's latest earnings calls, Iger said Disney Plus would change to also host user-generated content for the first time, in a step that looks set to open the floodgates for fans keen to make their own creations, featuring the likes of Darth Vader, Iron Man, characters from Frozen, so on, Zootopia. Right.
Wait, hang on. Does that mean pretty soon you'll be able to get Disney Plus material where Darth Vader is saying the N-word?
Well, that's one of the guardrails that they're trying to put in place because it's going to be heavily restricted, but I'm sure there's ways around it, right? Like, for example, you've seen the Chit Show, right? Is there a black person in here? Or stuff like that. Yeah, you can make it sound. I'm sure people will find ways around this, right? So if you wanted something very simple, like I don't know, Darth Vader and Iron Man go on a coffee date or something. Like, is that what they're going for? Like, what exactly is this Disney Plus trying to do? Is this like an image board? You can make up your own concepts, make a little animated clip for 10 seconds, and then upload that. Like, what are they trying to do here exactly?
Kind of like what it is, like with or their own version of Vine, where if you remember Twitter's short form video service back then. Because again, like when Sora 2 came out, everybody was creating all this sorts of stuff, like like Batman Pikachu and so on and so on.
Yeah.
There's a couple of YouTube channels where they're taking fake Disney Plus stuff and other sort of content from movies and making their own little amalgamations of videos. They're actually kind of funny, some of them.
Oh yeah, I'm sure people can get totally creative with this.
Oh, they have been.
But it does seem like at this point Disney has given up on trying to claim the copyright stuff, and they're just like, all right, AI's out there, whatever. Let's use Disney Plus for people to. I don't know. I can see this backfiring for sure.
Yeah, I consider that they have to have conversations with AI firms, OpenAI and all of that, and even the Chinese to balance user freedom with the need to protect the IP. So it's yeah, like because protecting your IP is pretty much like one of the big serious conversations when the AI floodgates open up, because who's gonna people are gonna create AI versions of Disney movie trailers among other things or anything like that.
Yeah, or even more advanced. Like this is something we've discussed a while ago, but I think in like the next we might only be less than 2 to 3 years away from people being able to generate their own, not only like teaser trailers and stuff, like entire movies. That's probably going to be able to happen pretty soon. Like, what if I wanted, I don't know, 2003 Spider-Man 2, or I don't know what year it came out, but replace
Yeah.
Spider-Man with my persona and then make him spin webs and do everything, say everything Toby does, except make it me. Like, eventually we get to the point where you can do that.
Yeah, like on a long
Or
enough
even weirder.
timeline, developments in AI and increased, processing power on computers and all of that.
Yeah. And the fact, I don't know if you guys knew about this, but computers can run simulations where like 14 or 15,000 years can go by in like 2 minutes. And it can simulate everything just like with a sped up time frame. So what does that mean? If we're building systems that have tens of thousands of years to develop in like an hour, like, is that kind of a problem? Kind of getting off on a tangent there about AI and the dangers, but holy crap, though.
Right, like I mean, we're only at the point where we can do like some 5-10 second clips in just a matter of a minute. But if you multiply that, if you do the math, it will take me weeks or months to produce a movie. Like it's with the current processing power that we have right now.
Right.
So in a few years, if you do the maths, we'll basically get to the points where an AI generated movie can be mass produced.
Yeah, and then everyone can do it. It's like syndrome, when everyone's super, no one will be. But what exactly does Disney intend to do with this? Like, if you want to just summarize the article, they're basically saying, okay, this is now like an image board. You can post your own stuff. And like, is it anything that they want any character to do? Any scene? Or like, what is the thing here?
It's basically, well, Bob Iger basically has been saying that they're using AI and for the subscribers of Disney Plus to have a more engaged experience, to do that. They create user generated content, consume user generated content, and all of that. And of course,
Do they
to make
describe
business
any
collaborations
examples?
with things like Fortnite and all of that.
Okay. Do they describe any examples of like what this might look like? Because I don't think they rolled this out yet, did they? Like, you can't just go on Disney Plus and say, all right, such and such character is doing such and such in this situation, like, and then post it. It's something that they're definitely going for.
But that's what they're working for, yes, working towards.
Okay. At this point, it sounds experimental. Like they're kind of just dipping their toes in the water, trying to figure out what people want, and then they can gauge popularity based on what they see.
That's all AI is.
No, that's what their strategy is. Like, that's what Disney's doing, using it. And they're like, okay, well, let's see if we roll this out and what people make and what they do. Are we going to have like one of those Mountain Dew situations, like when Adolf Hitler was the most popular name on the soda can or whatever that was back in the day? With guardrails, I can see this kind of working, but not in the long term.
Not in the long run, especially when people basically have all of that stuff. So, besides, and the reaction to this has been so crazy. Like the reaction to Disney opening the AI floodgates from all aisles has been nuts. You know, you've got people tweeting out saying, the year is 2026. Disney Plus is overrun by AI slop with Mickey Mouse and Elsa saying slurs. No actor wants to work with Disney anymore because they didn't agree with their likeness being used like this. Why does everyone hate us?
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, this is kind of like worse than ElsaGate than it was 10 years ago or 15, whatever it was, when that came out, when they were using YouTube, but these like really crappy animated videos of Disney characters or other characters of like children's shows doing very explicit and dangerous shit, and it was targeted for kids. It was on YouTube Kids for a while, but now, because that was animated, now it's going to be all AI, and you can make 100 videos in like a week or less, like easily. And that's where the slop comes in, because that's all you're going to see. All the algorithms are going to be, if it's flooded, it's going to get flooded. It already is.
Yeah, considering the outright speed at which AI can generate content, even with a with servers or even your own home computer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bonkers, man. Like I was on YouTube earlier, and I have a hobby and stuff, history. That's what I went to college for and all that. So I'm interested in history. Every single documentary or video that I try to search on YouTube, at least today, 90% of it was just AI generated content. The images, the voice, the writing, everything. Like anyone, like any random dude, like in their basement, can just type in a prompt and then make a video that'll get tens of thousands of views because it's generated and it looks professional. Like very well done. The voice is all good. Don't think that's a good thing because I want to support human creators, not a program.
Yeah, and here's another outrageously crazy reaction here. Dana Terrace, the creator of Disney animated series The Owl House, had this to say: "Unsubscribe from Disney Plus, pirate Owl House. I don't care. Screw AI."
Whoa! Okay. That's a statement.
Not really. I can imagine that at this point, the creator's probably just so pissed off with Disney that, giving Disney money or helping Disney make money goes against everything they believe. So I'm actually surprised that person didn't turn around and set up a website so you could download the episodes yourself from her.
That's not a bad idea, actually. If he owns the rights to his own creation and everything, if he didn't sell his soul to Disney, probably. I mean, hell, but dude, that's a good idea. I would do that.
And yet for them to start advocating for piracy and all of that just because of the whole AI thing, it's getting a little bit hard.
Yeah, but like when it comes to Disney Plus, though, so there's going to be an image board of like all of these creations that people made. That might be a fun way to engage with the community. People can get creative with it. Like that could be okay. But I thought Disney Plus was just a streaming service, like to watch movies and shows and stuff. Like, why is it now like a social media image board, pretty much?
It's called progress.
Right. Yeah. Progress.
It's called, adapt or die. And I'm not sure if this is the best way of, going about this in spite of the creative, the creative revolution that AI is basically making.
You know what? I don't know, Joel. I have to say, I might disagree with you on that. This probably is the best way they could have done this, because Disney could have done something else where they basically sue every single AI company for using their character's likeness that they don't have copyrights to. They have billions of dollars. They could probably hire all kinds of lawyers, be like, oh, you can't use such and such character to train your AI on these models, and we don't like that, and we're going to shut you down. But it seems like if they're embracing AI, that means other companies are able to still use that same stuff and still kind of get
I see what you
towards
mean.
more AI creation. So they're not trying to hinder it. It doesn't seem like it. So maybe this is a better option. Even if it's, Disney and, screw Disney, but whatever. At least they went down this route.
True. So I guess you'll just have to give it that though. Doubly more so that you can, you can just imagine the ramifications. There's going to be an element of it. Disney being flooded with furry stuff because of the impending release of Zootopia 2, and people using the AI for that very, very, very purpose.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And you can really get super creative with all the ideas you can do with this. Like, let's say if I wanted Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps go to a furry convention, and they get in an argument with staff because they didn't get their badge on time or something, or I don't know.
I think I've already
Something
seen
wild
something
like
like that on the Zootopia Unhinged videos.
Seriously? Wow. Okay.
Well then, I guess that was that. So, besides all that, I can't. Let's just see how the whole situation evolves, and hopefully now, maybe you might be looking more forward to seeing Zootopia 2, especially, goodness me, if you imagine that, if furries basically stumbled upon that one song in the soundtrack, and just that they just Disney's winking at them.
Yeah. So that song's on Spotify. Is there a scene that we know yet where that's for, or no?
I don't think the movie's released yet. It's just they've
No, it's not released yet, obviously, but
But going by the sequencing of the songs, I would imagine that it appears early on in the movie, because it's only song number 4 in the album.
Oh, okay. I wonder if they bump into their old friend Flash.
Who knows?
Maybe. They'll pull over Flash, or maybe it's a chase scene. They're what the heck? We can't get this guy, and then they pull him over.
Yeah, something along those lines. Probably you're right. Okay, so we've got another couple of items that we're going to talk about as well. The other thing we talked about last week regarding the Steam box, the Steam machine. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that's going to help you as well, the thing we're going to talk about now, with a bit more information on our hands, is the pricing of the Steam machine. So we know the Steam machine is basically Steam's answer to a pre-made gaming PC that can run Steam just out of the box. It's as easy as that. Plug it, play it, boom. Now, the big button question is the pricing, and anyone who knows how much it takes or costs to assemble a PC would know that it can get pretty pricey depending on how hardcore you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, and as for me, yes, I know I'm in the same boat, because I had recently upgraded my PC, and very fortunately, it didn't cost me an arm and a leg to get it upgraded because of a couple of special sales and what have you. But I know for a fact,
right on.
Yeah. And so the problem is, with if you look at the current price of consoles, how much how much is, say, a Nintendo Switch 2 or something along the lines cost brand new?
I haven't kept track of that myself because I don't own one.
Yeah, same. I'm not sure. I'm gonna guess 509.
Right, you're
No,
probably
maybe
not wrong.
200.
Yeah, about or
Is
even
it
that high
509 or 200?
because you're not wrong. You're not wrong. $500 is pretty much right. Because here we're paying like
Oh shit, really?
$759 dues, and when you count the exchange rates, yeah, you're not, $700 dues, but you get the point. Like we're
Yeah, so that'd be about
right.
500. Oh my goodness.
hmm Yeah, and now with the whole pricing of the Steam machine, I know computers can easily cross the boundary of like in the high like $700, $800 US to even $1,000.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
here
yeah,
the article says 400 is the sweet spot. Not sure exactly what that means unless you have like the entire setup already.
yeah. Like with with
Okay.
the machine with a controller, and of course, So look at this. In comparison, you get a digital PS5 for $499, an Xbox Series X for 500 digital for $599,
Mhm.
and and at that point, if you price it at $400 or $500, you can basically be built to take on PlayStation and Xbox. You're geared in the right position for it. That it's easy to pick up, it's easy to play. You get a controller, bam, just like that.
Yeah. Damn, $500 though. I mean that's quite a bit.
Right. So another one here, like in regards to thinking, another one saying that a Steam machine with 512 gigabytes could be slated to start between what $800 or $900. And if you want more space for the 2 terabytes, you'll go for 1,000 to 1,100.
Whoa, wait, just for storage space?
Well, yeah, and the performance, like the processor and the graphics that can rival the PS5 Pro performance, and then some, considering it
Okay, so
PC.
that probably
Yeah,
includes like a graphics card or no, right?
yeah, graphics card,
Oh, it
RAM,
does.
and all that, and a processor to handle all that power in the machine, and to be more potent as a PS5, like just as, if not more.
So what would be the benefits of upgrading to this? Like if you already have a solid gaming system, why would someone want to get this? Like what are they gaining?
Here's the thing, though. We've all known that at the end of the day, the Steam machine, the Steam box, is a rebranded PC. That's the thing first and foremost. And I think the Steam box is not marketed at people who already have PCs. It's more marketed as people who want to get into PC gaming, ideally without the hassle and confusion that building a PC comes with. That's what I would think the Steam box is marketed for.
Okay, so probably like for those that are less tech savvy and willing to pay the extra dollar dues to
Right, exactly.
get the
Or like,
system up and running.
they
Okay.
get confused with the realm of customization that PCs come with, and like they just overwhelm the sheer volume of options. That's
Hmm.
one thing. Like, the Steam machine is basically an easy solution to get into gaming right out of the box. So again, the pricing thing is just a very, 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 what's it called? Like, I personally would not, if this had have come right here, right now, if I had not upgraded my PC, I would think about it. But as it stands right now, yeah, I got my PC a few months back, so the Steam box is not for me. There's no value proposition that would make this a good purchase for me.
My question would
Okay.
be regarding this
Fair.
Steam machine is how upgradable will it be moving forward?
Right, like we haven't seen what happens if you tried opening up the box or anything like that. That's the thing. or can you swap out a motherboard for one? Like if you want to keep a Steam machine for another 5 years, and you decide like let's keep the box, but we need some new parts, sort of thing.
Oh yeah, is that possible? Probably, right? It's modification.
Probably, yeah. Because I swear, if it basically ends up being like a Mac, which they don't want you tampering with, then
Not in today's age.
No.
Especially they with today's age, they think they make stuff like smarter for people that they don't so that they never ever have to tamper with it. That's not gonna happen. That is not gonna happen. So, what do you think would be like a good price point? Like, say, for a for a PC like this, that's also aggressively designed to compete with PS5, Switch 2, and so on and so on.
Well, until we actually understand exactly what CPU is in there and what are the guts like, I wouldn't guess.
Oh, okay. Actually, they did have one though, roughly. So they say this. So okay, includes a 6-core Zen 4 RDNA 3, which would make the Steam box equivalent to a Ryzen 5 7600X and an RX 7600M, which is in line with a budget PC of our times. Because I have a PC brand new that's roughly similar to that sort of power. So there's
what was it like? You said your PC was what power?
Yeah, it was roughly in line with the power of a Steam machine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess you don't have to really
price
upgrade.
point of about for the price point of about 600, like $700 roughly, or like maybe $800 with and that's after a lot of discounts.
Oh my goodness, that's still pretty darn pricey.
Yeah.
Just for a gaming console or a gaming system, right?
Yeah, that's right. And with that, that they're gonna have to do something to really knock it down at that point, maybe in a few years. But hey,
yeah, it's got to be technology based, because like whenever these new things come out, like it's always very expensive, and then after maybe a year and a half, 2 to 3 years go by, price drops significantly.
Yeah.
See, I said 509 as a joke just because that's my favorite number, but that does seem to be pretty much like the low end of this, which was pretty surprising. I would say maybe 225, 200 is probably not affordable for everyone, but at least it does get more people's like a foot in the door, to start.
Yeah, like you can probably get it like if you charge it like maybe in the $500 range. That's basically a good sweet spot, 5 or 6. And now, as it stands, though, like within the next couple of years, it's going to be interesting because you reckon the PS5 and that is running a bit long in the tooth after 5 years, maybe.
Yeah, I can totally see the PS5 running for a solid next 3 years or so.
Yeah, until PS6 maybe in 2027. You're probably right. And
yeah, but it's like the same with other consoles. Like I still have my PS3, and I love that.
yeah,
like I play it all the time.
That's the PS3 is pretty much going to be a timeless dingo piece, a modern classic. Even then, even if all the stuff is accessible on a lot of the games being ported over on Steam or accessible on PC, still it's nice to have. I love the PS3 that my brother has. It's amazing.
Yeah, right.
But
awesome.
yeah, the end of the day though, live comment, Shackle. It's for parents who don't want to buy a PC for work and a PS5 for the kids.
Okay. Kind of.
The problem with that is you're going to want to have multiple machines at that point. Each kid's going to want to have their own console. Unless, of course, you want to have 2 or 3 screaming at each other while they're trying to play a game. Does nobody remember
my
phone lines? I mean,
You
the
right? Oh my
arguments that
goodness,
used to,
first world problem.
yeah, no, seriously, the arguments that used to go on when people either wanted to access the internet, talk to their friends, or waiting for a phone call.
Yeah, like dude,
Dial up. Yeah.
I remember the days of early Messenger and Skype. God, I miss those days.
Yeah,
Those
but
were the days,
as
man.
to what Noble was saying, I definitely do remember those days where I was like 11 or 12 years old, up in the computer room, because at that time everyone had a specific room designated for their computer. And anytime I was online, browsing websites or whatever, whenever the phone rang, you'd get that thing, and then the internet didn't work. They fixed that a long time ago, but damn.
Fun times, I know. I still used to remember. I have stories of me just basically, letting the dial-up run for 4 hours, not having a phone line available just because of it, and then resetting the internet connection just because we wanted internet. Good times.
Yeah.
Oh well. Now then, we've got one other couple of big items here regarding furries and furryism, and this is the point of the show where we go on our namesake and say that this whole thing has taken a turn.
Oh,
You
a
ready
turn
for
in
this?
what direction? Okay.
Well, we're gonna find
Probably
out
not.
in just a minute. It's gonna go from one to the other. Here we go. Nihilistic accelerationism. Kirk Assassin and Butler PA Shooter share disturbing online file for radicalization furry fetish. This is an article by Zero Hedge, who is which is another different news source that hates the mainstream and whatever you may think of it. The ramifications for this are crazy.
Well, just
So,
the headline alone, when they say furry fetish, see that's already a problem. But yeah,
right.
the Charlie Kirk assassin, and of course the kid who tried to kill President Trump, they were both alt leftists into furry. So
And
we know
also,
that.
in accordance to the article, a New York Post investigation reveals even more disturbing details, including for Crooks, for Trump's assassin Crooks, including a strange furry obsession strikingly similar to that of Charlie Kirk's suspected shooter. And yes, they put pictures of fursuits and all of that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think he had his pronouns on his like the microwave or something his channel was called, and he referred to himself as one of the they thems. So either he's multiple people or he's just confused.
Mm-hmm.
But this same kind of toxic ideology is what drives people to lunacy and dangerous behavior. Yeah, no wonder there's a common thread between these alt leftists who want to kill people on the right. We see it all the time.
Or even non-political thingos, but the thing is, the long and short of it is this: is that the one side seems to have an obsession with violence, whether it's motivated by political reasons or otherwise.
It shouldn't really matter what reason you have for the idea of going out and say, I don't like said person, I'm going to hit them with my car. When you get to the point of wanting to hurt somebody just because of something in your head or something you see online, you need to take a step back, because if you turn around and you kill somebody and they end up dead, and it turns out that everything that you thought you knew about that person turned out to be a fucking lie, you're screwed. Because you then have to spend either the rest of your life or a life sentence in prison for killing somebody for no good reason whatsoever. So you want to have a pointless exercise? You're gonna pay the price.
Good point. Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. Gnarly.
In my state, some idiot posted a threat online, and I think it was a gang of 6 people went up with a katana, and I think they either cut one or both of his legs off. The dude later on died in prison. The dude that got his limb detached ended up dying in hospital. And the people who committed the act were trying to get themselves out of going to prison for ganging up on someone, attacking, and then killing them.
How could they possibly get out of that? Like, that's a heinous act, which they all were involved in.
Because you just have to
claim
pay
it's
a
an
lawyer.
accident?
Now, the thing is, if someone's that unhinged, you need to document it, and you need to keep documenting it. And then you also need to call the police each and every single time. You need to take down the number they give you for a reference, because after a dozen times or so they've said stuff, and then they do something, you then throw all that down and say, hey, look, this could have been stopped. But unfortunately, people don't want to do that. They just want to go out and kill someone. It's like, if you like the 1700s and the 1500s, by all means, but it's the 21st century, and I'd prefer to live in this century versus the last two.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So the whole thing goes on to say, I'll just go through the article, like the discovery of what this assassin, of course, again, he says his pronouns they them on DeviantArt. Apparently, like the New York Post says, which is one of the biggest online hubs for furry art and furry community. Brackets, a furry is someone who has an interest in anthropomorphized animal characters, often as a sexual fetish.
No, see, that's where it's wrong, though. No, it's not, though, actually. What the fuck? Sorry for swearing there, but my goodness. That's incorrect.
The fetish part is the one thing you have umbrage about. DeviantArt as a furry hub? Yeah, no.
DeviantArt was furry, I'd say, prior to 2020, but afterwards, and when they introduced the whole AI thing, that's just a shitpost place now.
Yeah, I'd say it's Deviant. I haven't been on there in a long time, but it has a furry subsection for sure. Like, there's a lot of furry artists that use DeviantArt, but there's also a lot of other ones too.
Oh, don't get me wrong. DeviantArt does have a furry subsection and all of that, but most furries go do their art sites elsewhere nowadays, or if even they still do use that sort of thing.
Now it's just Twitter. I miss when it was Tumblr.
Sky.
True.
Yeah, right?
Yes, the place where all the pronoun weirdos hang out. But yes. Now we have to go back and ask ourselves another self-same question once again. That now people are now going to be wondering: people are going to be asking, is an interest in furry going to basically turn you around and make you into one, a shooter, or basically, somebody who wants to kill certain people based on their beliefs?
Only when you hang around the right people.
Yeah. And, well, to elaborate on that, it's not necessarily like just being a furry. The problem is people that are trans and stuff, they hate themselves so much that they just don't care. Like, they're mentally unwell. And they do resort to violence, and when they're accepted in a community, like the furries are way too accepting, and we allow these wackadoodles to, be in the community, and it is what it is, unfortunately. And then when they do these evil acts of violence and murder and stuff like that, what do you do? Like, you're gonna post it on like CBS News or something, or like Fox News? Yeah, by the way, the Trump shooter was a furry and he's into trans and all that stuff. No, they're not going to post that narrative.
No, but it is fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. It's great. It's like a circus.
Yeah.
Once you understand and learn about fear-mongering, things become really interesting. I will say this, it is funny to watch people turn around and make an utter, complete fool of themselves in our chat, and then we eventually just ban them. especially when they say or do the wrong thing.
Effectively, they, like we said, they let them. They speak hard enough, and by their words, they shall condemn themselves.
I'm the type
Amen.
of person where I would gladly hand somebody a microphone just so they can make a fool out of themselves. Sit or stand there with a big smile on my face, just going, "This is the person you want to have, talking. Great, by all means, knock yourself out."
Yeah. See, one person basically gave a lot of people microphones, and he ended up with a bullet for it.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, that's exactly what Charlie Kirk did. Yeah.
Yeah, but
he
the thing
opened
with
the
Charlie
mic
Kirk
to let
is,
these fools expose themselves.
and he did it with a smile on his face, and he took his time to allow people to speak and listen. And he responded
That's
without
right.
turning around and wanting to stab them in the face or in the chest or, in the back several times. It was
Oh
nice
no,
that he
he
was
just
a
got
violent
millions
individual.
of views of. Oh, he just got millions of views of people laughing at these, wackadoodles who were trying to make points about all kinds of nonsense, and he was just like, "Uh-huh. So can you explain that with evidence?" And they're like, "No, you're a racist Nazi bigot," and they just, went crazy.
Using someone's
Well,
skin color
Hilarious.
to turn around and insult them. Yes, that's very adult.
Oh no, he didn't insult him. He was very cordial.
No, I'm referring to the people who go up there and go off it about him being white.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Believe it.
yeah. That's
Better
the
believe
weirdest
that.
thing. That's the weirdest thing. You're a white cis male. We can't have that. What? Get out of here.
Anyway, the other thing I do while we're still here on the whole, with the whole furry makes you crazy topic, though, I just kind of cannot help but imagine this whole scenario where where furry basically becomes this whole radicalized sect and does the whole, and actually goes all in with the whole, the dingo mentality where they basically have like these, guerrilla warfare and boot camps and all that shit.
Joel, I hate to say it, but the transgender community already has that, and furries are already starting to do that in small amounts. They're called furcons.
Yeah, well, what if, except they basically do the whole, anything, like, can you, like, just imagine, like, the sheer comicalness of it, like, if you had to, just imagine it. Like, you want all this, like, the killer stuff, but with cute fursuits.
Have you never seen Happy Tree Friends?
I have seen Happy Tree Friends.
Oh, good.
But that's not the vibe we're gelling with here. We're basically gelling with people having, I want to shoot guns, but I want to shoot guns at dingo people, but I want to do it in a fursuit.
I will say this: if you're the type of person that wants to turn around and scream injustice constantly, that's just showing your own insecurities.
And there we go.
Well, I'm sure in their minds they probably believe they're doing something heroic and whatnot, and actually wasting their time and energy and life on this planet to go to some protest. And maybe they think it's significant, even if they're wrong.
Yeah, we did talk about a protest that was the image of the week last week. Furries, degenerates, kinksters against fascism.
Oh yeah, how did that event go?
Oh,
How
well,
many
we did.
furries?
I mean, I did share the video with you, and there was not a fursuit inside.
Oh, that's right. Yes, there was no
and it
pup
was in
play
their home
neither.
turf. But alas, like we got a live comment here. Well, furries should stick to their old methods of retribution, drawing very unflattering art of their nemesis.
No, now I'm remembering that bloody. Oh, what was it?
We all
State
know.
senator or something.
We know how that feels. Believe it or not, there are you just need to have a search and then you find pictures of you getting drawn and getting punched, and you just can't help but admire the effort that they go through just to
No. There was
illustrate it out of spite.
some local politician in some state in the US turned around and had a fursona made, and it wasn't too long after that E621 started having like furry porn of it posted.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Mind you,
Yeah,
this was
had a
before
when-
the thing
You
that's
know, when-
important to understand, this was before the whole AI thing sort of hit we have nowadays. So this was people going out of their way to actually draw art of politicians furry having like
yeah, especially like
relations.
double the fun when when a confused politician doesn't know what it's in and just accidentally opens that floodgate.
Well, she was having fun with it, I'm sure. I mean, I get it. I guess she could either ignore those people or try to make up some kind of a statement in reaction to it. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. But I guess that's all the time we've got for the week. There's what a crazy couple of things that we've come up through, huh? So, what did you think we should close it up with?
Vera.
hello. Yes, that's me, the candy corn Delgo. Wow. I have to say, kind of like reiterating what I said earlier about Disney, man, they are totally embracing the AI. I don't know if it's gonna be a good thing or a bad thing for them. At least on the surface, right now, it seems good because they're not going after other AI companies that are using the likeness of their copyrighted characters in the content that they're able to create. So that's cool. It seems like they're taking a more proactive approach where they just want to be able to let users make whatever they want and then post it. Of course, with guardrails in effect, I guess that could work. I don't see it working in the long run because I think there's going to be problems probably coming up pretty soon. But aside from that, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
That was pretty much my big take on that. As for Steam Machine, if I think in I don't want to say a time frame, but over time the price will go down. Like eventually, I
True.
think it will eventually go down, make it more affordable for people to go get more into gaming, and I think that'd be really cool. But yeah. Anyways, aside from all that, I'm glad to have stopped by. And sorry I was late, but yeah,
I know
this is
you're
fun.
good. Noble.
All right. So Zootopia, yes, fursuits, you did get quite hot in them.
Yes.
Number 2, Disney and the AI thing. Like I said before, I cannot wait to see people turning around, jailbreaking it, and putting, if not the worst smut that you can imagine, on Disney Plus, and then innocent kids finding it and then needing to go into therapy. The lunchbox from Steam. I really want to see the inside of that thing. I'm sorry, but the cube shape of it reminds me of like little lunchboxes you could take.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole unhinged furry shit. Unfortunately, when people brought up back when it really started to ramp up in its behavior, people were shunned and you're crazy, you're stupid, nothing dangerous is going to happen. Yeah, it's not like a bunch of people have been shot because of unhinged fucking lunatics online. Congratulations! Yeah, that's my take for today.
Yeah. Although I probably could have, if I had given a bit more time or opportunity, I probably could have leaned into the whole. Some furries have gone so batshit insane that they just want to end it all and end it all quick. All while wanting to wear a fursuit and then some, and pretending to be all in the
just
bubble of confusion. But yeah,
you're just gonna get laughed at when you do that.
yeah. Oh well. Thanks all for
What the
tuning in.
fucker? What a crazy week, man.
Yeah, indeed, it is crazy stuff, and I can't believe some of the interesting design choices and naming choices that they've made, to say the very least. But yeah, thank you for those who tuned in. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did making this show and combing through the webs for all of this. As always, you can find our episodes on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, FM, iHeartRadio, BitChute, and more down the line. Well, I'm here to wish you all a happy week up ahead. Farewell, and until next time.
Touch grass.